just going to do a quick tutorial because I've noticed some people asking some questions and stuff like that, and this is just kind of how I got my stuff set up. So it's not like, hey, this is the Bible of how to do this. But I do want to show off a couple of examples here. I gotta cost attention. So let's use one of my favorites, Give Custom. Alright, so to Give Custom, it's a raid type. It is major damage non-stop. Well, it's supposed to be major damage non-stop. You can run it melee or distance, you know, ranged. It doesn't matter. It looks like this setup here, I have it set up for range. This is going to be my main setup anyway. I did put a cooling system on him, just so, or thruster recovery, just so that way he has a little more speed. They kind of run out of thrusters pretty quickly, so to get around the map, especially the bigger maps, you don't want to sit there. Plus, it just, to me, it kind of seems like most of the Xeon suits in particular, their thrusters aren't that long, or they have a hell of a long, like, thruster recovery overheats. So you definitely don't want that. You don't want to be stuck without a counter to a melee. But this setup, I put the quick loaders on. This setup here is really designed to take advantage of my Gatling shield and the Gatling cannon. And I will show an example here in a minute on what to do there. I'm also going to use this video eventually. I'm going to edit it together, so this, even though I'm running this live, there'll be a more in-depth video later on once I kind of, you know, actually get everything together. Yeah, now that I'm looking at this one, this isn't a great it. But, oh, that's equipment set 3. Alright, here we go. So equipment set 1, 2, and 3. Equipment set 1, I have 2 quick loaders, anti-melee, enhanced firing, thrusters, actual thruster limits. So this one's designed for kind of, this looks like it's more of a support setup. I'm not going in and just trying to murder people. This setup I'd be using, so like if one of my raid characters were running in, you know, about to fight someone, this would allow me to kind of put some shots down and stuff like that, stagger the enemy and let my guy get a advantage over them. It's kind of just, you know, and then move on to the next one. This setup, it's very similar. What the heck? What changed? This setup I'm probably just going to trash. Yeah, so let's go ahead and trash this, so that way I can also explain. Alright, so when you go to your custom parts, depending on how you want to build it, I am going to build this one just around speed on reload. I want a non-stop barrage of bullets at all time. I don't want to stop. I don't want to have to sit there and wait and be like, son of a bitch, you know, I'm on cooldown, I don't have any weapons or anything. So first things I do is, since he's bullets, not beam, put the quick loaders. There's another quick loader I need to get, but I have to hit like, what was it? Master Sergeant 8, and I'm only like Master Sergeant 3. But as soon as I hit 8, I am going to pick that up as well. So I'm going to go ahead and use my little shortcuts over here and go to my attack. My attack, these are where you get your range and your melee boosters, depending on what you want, and this will increase your damage done. I actually didn't, because like it doesn't say increase range damage, it says range boost, so I actually really didn't understand what that meant at first. I thought it was like, does it like boost the range of the range, and I had no idea. And then somebody, I can't remember who, was like, oh no, it increases the damage. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. So I want damage. And I have 3 of the, I can't equip the last one because it puts my long range over. Alright, so that's about all I can do with the long range with him. Then we got my defense. These increases your, yeah, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. That's why I put so much movement on here. Yeah, because I want to fill those slots. So yeah, it doesn't hurt me at all to put any of this recovery speed on here. Beam weapons. If you have a beam weapon, you'd switch those instead of the quick loaders. Let's see. Do I want more thrusters, or do I want? I'm going to increase my speed a little on that one. Move. There we go. And the last one, I'm just going to kind of, I think those are the only two I got that I can equip. Also, I have, if you look at the bottom where it says sword, I have it by equipable. So therefore, as soon as, like, you know, I'm out of long range stuff, it won't show up in my equip. So, we'll go with, obviously, shield for 600. Alright, next thing, shortcuts. Pretty sure this one's already, yeah, this one's already been messed with. Yeah, okay, cool. Just kind of knowing your shortcuts. I normally try to have my melee weapon as triangle, and normally if I have a Vulcan gun, I normally have that set to X, and this one it's the you know, the heat rod here. But I bounce between square and circle. It's really quick to do, and hopefully I will be able to show. I'm just doing a quick little PvE thing here. Blah blah blah. So when I saw someone was saying, you know, hey, I play a lot of support and stuff like that. One of the big things I would say, especially for a support player and stuff like that, it's getting your shots faster. You really don't need your thrusters all that much. I agree with that. Because if they get up on you, even with thrusters, you don't have the speed normally to get away. Yeah, I always do that. So, you know, if you got like a beam weapon, then use it to where your beam weapon, switching them. This is why I want that last quick reload, because that would have been already done. Basically, I am pumping out bullets at as much as I can. It's that one little second there where I'm like, you know, nothing left to go. That kind of sucks. Oh, my teammates are behind. And everybody's actually Big Chunk on this. Big Chunk really he has a long cooldown in between his missiles, but I also put the damage booster on him, and for some reason, his Vulcan cannons do ridiculous amounts of damage for what they can do. Oh, well, that was dumb. Ignore my bad playing. Yeah, I see a sniper up there too. See now I've screwed up, so shit needs to be all up first. See, that's then I just now instead of using the shortcuts, I tap the button. So it's like what you used to. You're like, oh shit, I'm gonna tap all these buttons here. Takes longer. Where are my teammates? behind me. I gotta get away from him. My butt. Come back over here. I know, I gotta do it with the sniper there. How is he at? Oh, Janet, stop being fine. Build it up. Ah. Okay. Well, this ain't working all that well. I'll die on this hill. Take out the doctor, he's easy. So he can be done with this horrible level. Oh, looks like I countered. I don't really know if we can really tell. I should play another one with none of those on. I might do that actually. Just because then you'll start seeing that the reload time in between, it just takes forever. You use up all your bullets and you're waiting on another one to reload. Wow, that was this poor. No, I just don't want to play another one here right now. It's almost 4. It's going to roll over anyway. So, alright, so that would be like part 1 for now. Yeah, the part 1 is all about reload speed. How fast you always have something at in your arsenal that you can use to get in or out of a situation. That's just kind of how I play. I don't like feeling like I'm helpless. I do play a lot of support, so therefore I'm there to help my teammates out. If I am helpless, then I am doing myself no good, and I am doing my teammates no good. So I try to do something where it's always like, what could benefit them? And one thing I can think of that benefit anyone in this game the most would be damage. You know, keeping yourself with some sort of defense, or keeping yourself with like massive offense at all time. Where if you bait someone and you take a beam shot and they're like, ha, he's got a beam shot, he's got at least 5 seconds for, you know, he taking a shot. They walk around the corner and they're walking into something else. I've got a couple of highlight videos here and there where I do exactly that, especially with the GPO2, where I will shoot like a missile or something like that, and they're like, haha, he's out of missiles, and I'm like, yeah, but I have a Vulcan gun, and that Vulcan gun will take away a quarter of your life really, really fast, which is, it's odd, I love it to death, but for some reason that Vulcan gun, and it will stun you and break your legs, break your head, whatever I'm shooting at. So yeah, and like I said, I will do another part of this, maybe use a couple different suits, try to like show the differences in some of the loadouts. Shortcuts are pretty self-explanatory. Pressing your right R1 button, you know, every time you switch to a weapon, you have that little cooldown, you know, you see that little meter where it's like, okay, before it's ready. So if you know, GPO2, I think, it has like your basic missiles, then it goes sword, then it goes beam saber, then it goes Vulcan gun, then it goes the nuke launcher. So I start the match and I'm just hold R1, and as soon as I land on the ground, I hit circle, and it takes me instantly to the missile launcher itself. I'm not sitting there just, you know, filtering through my loadouts. in the middle of a battle, that's a bad thing, because if someone's chasing you down, they got their sword out, and you're trying to like fumble around trying to find something to counter it, you're gonna get hit. They're gonna tackle you, they're gonna beat your ass, and even then you're not gonna be on the same weapon. Another hint to that for the shortcuts that are so important is when you do counter. If you counter someone, you knock them down and stuff like that. Say you want to switch over to a really fast machine gun or something that's going to do damage while they're on the ground really fast. If you're just sitting there tapping the right bumper, they're going to get back up. You're going to have that invincibility frame before you ever really did any damage. So, if you know your Vulcan gun at least is set to X, and, you knock them down and you have, like, a flash grenade next or something, you're trying to get to your Vulcan gun, just quick select to it. Therefore, you can pump out more damage. Most of the times, it's normally, if you counter someone, the next one, it's a grenade. Well, the grenade's not going to help you because by the time you toss that grenade, the grenade will land just as their invincibility frame is activated and they're standing up. So, alright, yep, it's 402. So, I'm going to let it kick me from this. And I will, like I said, I will try to make this a regular and then eventually just kind of edit it into one long video where I'm not just saying over myself repeatedly. So, anyone that may be watching, I appreciate it. Hopefully I helped you out. Hopefully you're like, oh shit, I didn't know that. And if you're like, dude, I already knew all that, cool, you're ahead of the curve. Because there's a lot of people that honestly don't know that. Another thing, I'm still broadcasting at least a microphone. I will go with how to acquire those parts in part 2. There we go. All right, so see you guys later, or talk to you guys later. Eventually, I'll have a webcam so everyone can see my like weird fucking face. I don't know why anyone would want to do that, but all right. Yeah. Also, it's rollover. Go get your free pulls. Later.